So comparing regular equations to inequalities, a plus 5 is equal to 10. We know that what we would, in order to rearrange that to say what is a equal to, you're going to do something to get a on its own. And it's fairly straightforward to see that what we're going to do is we're going to take away 5 from both sides. So we would go a is equal to, so we would do a plus 5, take away 5 is obviously a, and then we take away 5 from the other side. 10 minus 5 is equal to 5, so a is 5. What do we do in this case? Well, we do exactly the same. We go a is greater than or equal to 5. We do the same steps, okay? It is now solved. In both cases, we can't say what a is because we never knew what a plus 5 is. We only knew that a plus 5 was equal to or greater than 10. So a plus 5 could have been a million. We don't know. We just know that a plus 5 is greater than 10. So could a be 3? Well, no, it can't, because we've worked out that it's equal to or greater than 5 by rearranging the equation. Okay, so that's that's the that's a basic introduction. We'll do some more practice in a moment, but first of all, I'm going to throw up a kind of a situation which really throws people. We've seen these kinds of equations, so we've seen, like, we know that if I wrote that a is greater than 5, that's fine. But what if I said that a is greater than 5, but it's less than 2? Hang on, it can't be less than 2, can it? Less than 10. In fact, it wouldn't be written in that way. You'd write it like this. You'd go 5, and then a is greater than 5, and it's less than 10. Now, what about if we had that within an equation? So let's say that we had a minus 2. So what that means is that a minus 2 is it's greater than 5, but less than 10. Now people go, oh, what the hell am I going to do here? We haven't got a left and a right. What do I do in this situation? Well, again, it's not as hard as it first seems. So why don't you have a look at that and think about, what do you think you might do? If you have no idea, that's fine. I can explain. But I just have a little guess. Pause the video if you're watching this elsewhere. Pause the video and have a guess. So just like the top two situations where we do something to the left and we do something to the right, in this situation we do something to the left, the middle, and the right. So it's the middle that we're trying to do something. We're trying to, that's our thing we're trying to work with. We're trying to change, really, and then we would have to change the other two in doing that. So I'm going to add 2, and that would to the middle, which will leave me with a. But I would have to do the same with the other ones. So it would be 7 is greater than or equal. Sorry, it's less than or equal to a, and a is less than or it's just less than 12. So those are the two main things you need to understand about inequalities. First one, if it's like this with just one inequality symbol in the equation, you would just work with it the same as the other one. And the second one is how to do it if there's two inequality symbols. There is one other thing to be aware of, and that is if we take this situation down here, I ended up with a solution of a is equal to 5. When we're working with equal symbols, we can switch it around whatever way we like. So I can, if I ended up rearranging my equation and it said 5 is equal to a, and I could say, well, obviously then a is equal to 5. But that wouldn't be the case in the inequality, because the inequality, it depends which way it's pointing. The equal sign doesn't matter which way it's pointing. A is equal to 5, 5 is equal to a. They're the same thing. But a is greater than or equal to 5. When I switch that around, I've got to switch the sign around. So look out for that. That's something to look out for as well. So you do that. So that thing that's a fairly easy thing to understand, but it's also it's something that people often walk into. Okay. All right. So that's we've made a video on what is a linear equality, and there's a video on how to work with equalities. And these things that I've been saying here, it would be the same if it wasn't a linear equality. Okay.